Hello dear students, good morning and welcome to your physics class. So in yesterday's lecture we discussed the last two cases of concave mirror and the four cases of concave mirror were discussed in the last week's lecture. So let me give you a complete overall revision in the form of a table that which all cases are there, and in these cases what is the position of object, what is the position of image, size of image, nature of image, and magnification of image. These all details are about the image. So let us start. So in the first case we had taken the position of the object is at infinity, and the position of image was at principal focus, and the size of image was point sized, or we can say highly diminished, and the nature of the image is real and inverted, and magnification of this image is 0. Similarly, on second case, when your object is beyond C, center of curvature, the image forms between center of curvature and focus, and the size of the image is diminished. Image हमारी smaller बनती है, and nature of image is again real and inverted. Can write completely. I'm having space here. The magnification, because the image is diminished, smaller and inverted, magnification is negative and less than 1. Third case, when object is at C, image also forms at C, and the size of image is same as that of object, and the nature is again real and inverted. Magnification is -1 in this case, third case. Okay, the fourth case, your object is between C and F, center of curvature and principal focus. Image forms beyond C, and the size of image is enlarged, and the nature of image is again real and inverted, and because the image is inverted, magnification is minus, and because the image is enlarged, magnification is greater than 1. Okay बच्चा. और the fifth case, when your object is at principal focus itself, the image position of image is infinite. In this case, the size of image is highly enlarged. It is the case we discussed yesterday, and nature of image is again real and inverted, and magnification, because it is inverted, so magnification is going to be negative, and because it is highly enlarged, magnification is infinite. And the last case, when your object is between a focus and pole, your image forms behind the mirror, and size of image is enlarged, and only this case is different from others, so I will write it in different color ink. Let me write it with red ink, that this time image is virtual and erect, and the magnification of the image in this case, because as your image is erect, it is going to be positive, as your image is enlarged, it is going to be greater than 1. Okay, so the way I am able to make this table, and I remember for all the 6 cases of position of object, and I remember all the 4 details of my image related to every case. You need to memorize it in the same manner. You must be able to write this table as it is without any confusion, clear crystal concept. If you are having any doubt, ask me. This table must be clear. In coming online sessions, I'm gonna ask any random students and any random case, and I need you to answer me uh, if the each and every detail. I may ask any detail in between, like in fourth case, tell me what is going to be the magnification, what is going to be the position of image, what is going to be the position of object. Like this we are going to study it. Okay, so you can take a pause here and can go through it, and then we'll start our next topic, that is the cases of convex mirror. So before proceeding to ray diagram of convex mirror, let me revise you the rules of image formation as they are applicable on convex mirror, because in previous cases we applied those rules on concave mirror, but on convex mirror there is a slight difference when you are drawing the rays. The rules are technically same. Like the first rule was any ray of light which is coming parallel will pass through principal focus after reflection in case of concave mirror, but in case of convex mirror, as you can observe that all the points focus center are out of bound for the light. Light cannot cross the mirror. Mirror is opaque, mirror is reflecting the light, so mirror will reflect the light such that this light will reflect in such a direction that it appears to be coming from focus. That is the difference. So in concave mirror, your light after reflection actually pass through the focus, while in convex mirror a ray of light reflects such that it appears that it is coming from focus. So that is your rule number 1. Now what is your rule number 2? In concave mirror, what it was, in concave mirror, if any ray of light is coming through focus, it becomes parallel after reflection. But in convex mirror, a ray of light cannot reach focus because it is out of bound for light. Light cannot cross through the mirror. So how do we apply second rule here? So it is very simple. Any ray of light which is directed towards the focus, any ray of light which is directed towards the focus reflects back, becoming parallel with the principal axis. That is your second rule. And what was the third rule which we have applied in concave mirror? The third rule was any ray of light passing through center of curvature will retrace back its same path. Again, center of curvature is on right hand side, out of bound for light. So for applying that rule, how can we apply that rule? Any ray of light which is directed towards center of curvature retraces back same path. And this is your third rule. And the fourth rule, what was the fourth rule in case of concave mirror? Any ray of light which is incident at pole making some angle with the principal axis reflects, making the same angle with the principal axis on the other side. Same rule is applicable here. Any ray of light which is incident on principal axis making some angle with the principal axis reflects back, making same angle on the other side of principal axis. So that is your rule number 4. So what I want to say, that rules are technically same, but how do we apply them? There are few changes in that. So please go through it. Meanwhile, I'll draw actual ray diagrams. Okay. So this is your first case: pole, focus, center of curvature, principal axis. And the case 1 is when your object is at infinity. Object is at infinity. The same manner we had taken the object at infinity for the concave mirror. Let us consider that light as light is coming from infinity, so it must be parallel. So it must be parallel. Light is coming from principal axis, it must be parallel. So the rule 1, any ray of light which is coming parallel will reflect such that it appears that it is coming from focus. It appears that it is coming from focus. So these rays of light after reflection never gonna meet, but it appears that they are going to meet at focus. So what is going to be the nature of image? Yes, virtual. Size, point sized, highly diminished. Magnification is going to be 0, point sized image. So let me write for you the details. For case 1, your position of object infinity, position of image at principal focus, and size highly diminished or point sized. Nature is virtual and erect, and magnification for this case is going to be 0, as the image is of point sized. Okay, so this was the case 1, and after this we are going to study case 2. So this is case 2 for your convex mirror, and this time the object is placed focus, center of curvature, pole. This time your object is placed at some finite distance. There are only 2 cases in convex mirror. Either the object is at infinity or the object is placed at some finite distance from the pole. This is the back side of the mirror. The rules are same which we have studied. Principal axis. Let me use red color for the rays of light. This is your object AB. Any ray of light coming parallel will reflect such that it appears that it is coming from focus. That is your first reflected light. And second, any ray of light which is directed towards center of curvature will retrace back its path. So these 2 reflected rays, they are never going to meet, but again, as you can see, they appear to meet at this point where your image formation will take place, A dash, B dash. As you can see, the image is erect, but image is smaller than the size of object, and image is between pole and focus. So let me write the details for you. That position of object in this case is beyond C, and the position of image is between pole and principal focus, and the size of image is going to be diminished, and magnification of the image, as you can see, the image is erect, so magnification is going to be positive, and as the image is smaller than the object, magnitude is going to be less than 1, because it is the ratio of size of image to size of object. One more thing remaining. Yes, nature in this case is virtual and erect. Okay, so we finish here the ray diagram cases of our concave mirrors and convex mirror. So 6 cases for concave mirror and 2 cases for convex mirror. So there are total 8 cases which you must remember by heart. They must be on your fingertips. For convex mirror, we never get a real and inverted image. For convex mirror, there are only 2 cases and image is always virtual and erect. For concave mirror, in 5 cases, image is real and inverted, and only 1 case, image is virtual and erect when the object is between focus and pole. So you need to work on these diagrams, because we are going to have similar diagrams in refraction also, where we will use lenses in case of instead of mirrors. We will be using lenses in refraction, and then there for convex lens there are going to be 6 cases, and for concave lens there are going to be 2 cases. And this entire concept is also there in class 12th, so you must not skip it. For class 10 students, you pay attention here, do practice these ray diagrams. They are very tricky, they are not as easy to draw as I am drawing in front of you. You need to practice it at least twice in your practice notebook, and then you will master it and you will get good marks in your 10th. Okay, like always, thanks for watching. See you in next class. Take care. Bye bye.